there any way to get this stupid bike under here? I'm gonna do it, folks. I'm gonna. Hey, look at that big bird. Give me a minute, folks. Get under there, you stupid rust infested. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Good enough. I'm not trying to get locked off. Get away from me. Firmly grasp it with your hand. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it! Okay, here we go. Now I guess I will use this rusty little barbed wire to hold the bike up because I can't reach the damn kickstand from here! Great, now it's in the only way I can crawl under. I just gotta crawl under this. There's no barbed wire right here, so this will be easier. Get off me. Alright. Dude. My ass is numb. There's another way. Oh, I have to keep going. Ah! Hi, folks. That's enough mini bike for a bit. And now it is time. This is ridiculous. I used to only have to drive like 3 miles out of the way to be out in the middle of nowhere. Now I have to go like 10 or 15 miles out to be in the middle of nowhere. And I'm still not even in the middle of nowhere because there's construction everywhere. Everywhere here now is being overrun with traffic and noise and construction. I hate it here. Ah! Look at this. I went out at least a good close to 15 miles out of the way. My ass is sore. And there's still construction, as you can see, way over there. There is no way to get away from this overpopulation. Anyway, onward to the topic of the video. Hi, folks. This is a raw video test quality video test on the iPhone 15 Pro Max 512 gigabyte titanium blue. The motherfucking phone is blue. I'll show you. If you don't believe me, I'll show you this titanium blue in all of its former glory. Damn. Normally, I would have brought a mirror, but that seems kind of silly. Can you see? It's too bright to see anything. Can you see in the viewfinder on another phone? I'm trying to use another phone. I can't see shit. Okay. Look. Do you see it in the viewfinder on my other camera? Probably not. I mean, I'm looking at it on the viewfinder, but I don't know if you can see it on this damn camera. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it! You see it? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna spend this whole damn video trying to show you the color. It's titanium blue, damn it. Oh. Glad I brought water out here because this is another thing I wanted to talk about, folks. It has been unusually hot. Not just where I'm at, because it's hot all year round here anyway. But the thing is, it's been kind of concerning. I'm gonna make sure this lenses are completely clean. Make sure they're completely clean. Anyway, onward. I'm testing everything with this new camera in its glorious 4K 60 FPS. I already tested out the noise, how well it handles noise, wind noise, and all that. The stabilization on the mini bike going on-road and off-road with no suspension, I might add. These mini bikes never have a suspension, so you go off-road, and unless it's completely flat, smooth dirt, you're gonna feel like shitting your intestines out after like 5 minutes. And to make it even worse, the pegs are further in front. The feet pegs can't just be like in the center, like on a bicycle, so you can actually stand up easier. No, it's like they do that on purpose. I swear they do this kind of stuff on purpose. But anyway, we're testing all of the different qualities, from the stabilization to how well it handles noise to the focusing. And as usual, ever since the iPhone 12 Pro onward, the focusing has just been phenomenal. It is unmatched focusing, even in the dark. But look at this, look at this, look at it! Look how well it focuses. It's so quick. It focuses so quick on such a small, little, normally hard to focus on object. It's a twig. It's focusing on a twig. Look, it's focusing on a twig. Look how quickly it can focus on a damn twig. Look at this. So now let's focus on the twig, and here we are. Look at how quickly it was able to focus on something, especially this close up. thing that's even better about this camera, which unfortunately for this periscope camera is unfortunately only exclusive to the 15 Pro Max. The regular iPhone 15 Pro does not have the 5x zoom periscope camera, or whatever the hell they're calling it. It's 5x zoom. The standard 15 Pro only has 3x zoom. Whatever, I don't know why they both can't have 5x zoom. You'd think paying $1,000+ for a phone, they would have the same damn features. I miss the good old days. I miss the good old days when all of the phones had the same hardware. All the flagship phones had the same flagship features. The only major difference was the screen size. Does anyone else miss those days? Because I sure do. I mean, I don't really care, because another thing I wanted to talk about with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, in this case, is that it's also made of new material. Apparently they're using titanium on the borders on this new iPhone, which is making it lighter. Now, it is definitely lighter, okay? I've had the iPhone 11 Pro, the 12 Pro, the 14 Pro Max, which was probably the heaviest. I think the iPhone XS Max was actually the heaviest phone. That's why when I got the 11 Pro, I just got the standard 11 Pro, not the Max, because it was just too damn heavy. And at the time, like, it started feeling uncomfortable. Like, you just felt like you're getting a little bit of fatigue in your hands from holding it after a while. So that's why I just went back to having the standard size iPhone. So that's why I had the regular 11 Pro and 12 Pro. And then when the 14 Pro came out, I decided to get the Max, because I was like, why not? Whatever. I want a bigger screen. It's like 6.1 inches isn't good enough for you? No, it's not! I wanted 6.7 inches. No homo. So I decided to stick with this. I'm coming from a 14 Pro Max, and I decided to get the 15 Pro Max. I stuck with the 15 Pro Max because they claim that it's gonna be noticeably lighter, because the titanium is noticeably lighter than stainless steel. It's about pretty much on par with the same weight of aluminum, but it's more durable, supposedly. I don't know. I've heard mixed feelings about if the new 15 Pros are actually more durable, because I've seen the screen actually crack a little bit easier compared to previous iPhones, but whatever. So another thing is, they increased the Max by $100, but it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom, folks, because the base storage for the Max starts at 256 gigabytes. So that's why there's a little bit of a breeze going on here. So we'll be able to test a little bit more on how well you can hear my voice with a little bit of a breeze going on. It feels nice, because I'll talk more about why it's been so damn hot, because I think I have a pretty good feeling. I'm not 100%, but I'll talk about that in a minute anyway. So, damn it, I can't even keep up with what I was talking about. I keep talking about different things over and over. Okay, so I'll just go back to talking about the titanium, because I had one more thing to say about the titanium, is that yes, it does feel noticeably lighter. It's not like a night and day difference. It's still kind of bulky, like a little bit heavy, but at the same time, the 15 Pro Max that I'm holding in my hand right now, folks, actually feels light enough to where I can hold it. Like, I've had this phone for a couple weeks, I think. I don't really keep track of how long I've owned something for. I'm just gonna approximate a couple weeks, maybe a little bit longer. But I haven't noticed that my hands have gotten tired from holding the phone for extended periods. Like when I'm playing games, watching videos, I'm taking a shit, and I'm web browsing on the toilet. My hand doesn't feel like it gets fatigue anymore compared to the other iPhones that were noticeably heavier. So even though, again, like I said, it's not a night and day difference, it is still noticeably lighter, to the point of where I can hold this phone for a lot longer before my hand starts getting tired. So the titanium was definitely a welcome improvement, and now it just makes the iPhone sound even more luxurious. It's made of grade 5 titanium. And it's like, okay, well, the 15 Pro Max is $100 more starting off, so it's now $1,200. So I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna get 512 gigabytes, because I'm gonna keep this iPhone probably for at least 2 or 3 years, assuming I don't break it. I mean, I haven't broken an iPhone yet, thankfully. I mean, the iPhones have been pretty durable, and I always keep them in an OtterBox Defender case anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. So that's why I figured, okay, I'm just gonna splurge a little bit more and get the 512 gigabyte iPhone. So now I will never need storage ever again. I have almost as much storage on my phone as I do on my computer. I could have gotten the 1 terabyte and then I would have had the same storage as my gaming computer, but it's like, I don't need that much storage and I don't want to pay nearly $2,000 for a damn phone. So 512 is the sweet spot, so that's why I settled for. So the reason why, okay, so there was one huge reason why I decided to get this iPhone. You know what? I actually want to look for some shade, folks. I'm gonna go find some shade. And when I get over there, I'm gonna talk about why it's been so damn hot lately. It's November. Give me a break. Why does it still feel like summer? It's ridiculous. But the one huge reason why I got the 15 Pro Max is because it now has a USB-C port. It has a USB-C port. That's pretty much it. Some people will be like, why would you get a whole new phone just for that one thing? Why would you get a new phone just for that one silly little thing? Well, first off, I wasn't expecting them to actually do that. I really wasn't. Secondly, the iPhone was the only thing that I had that wasn't USB-C. Everything else that I have is USB-C. My earbuds, my headphones, my microphone, my other phones, everything. Everything I have is USB-C. It has a USB-C port. So it's like, okay, well, I am getting the iPhone 15 Pro Max just for the USB-C port because, like, I had no other reason. My 14 Pro Max was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with the 14 Pro Max. I was perfectly happy with that phone. I mean, I do like that this one is noticeably lighter, but I just wanted that USB-C port. So it feels like I just got another 14 Pro Max that's lighter and has a USB-C port. And then there's, so every other upgrade that I got with the 15 Pro Max, I just treat it as a bonus because it's like, I just wanted it for that one thing, but I also got a bunch of other goodies with it, like the lighter titanium frame, triple the storage. It also has more RAM, 8 gigs of RAM versus 6, so there's more RAM. It has a much faster processor that finally has full support for hardware accelerated ray tracing. So that would be really fun for games whenever they, several years later get around to finally supporting games that have full-blown ray tracing. I think there's only like 2 or 3 games right now on the iPhone that are officially, that have ray tracing. I haven't played them yet. But yeah, so the processor is a lot faster and more capable. So for someone like me that likes to play games all the time, that's definitely a big plus there. So yeah, let's think. More RAM, a lot more storage, faster processor, lighter, and I have been reunited with my sexy blue color because this blue color looks almost identical to the blue color on the 12 Pro that I had a long time ago. I think this blue color is a little bit darker, but it reminds me of the Pacific blue on the iPhone 12 Pro. Except the cameras on this thing are a lot bigger. That's another thing. The cameras keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like almost every iPhone that has come out from like the iPhone 11 Pro onwards, every iPhone that has come out, the cameras keep getting bigger. Why do they keep getting bigger? It's getting to the point of where it's like, am I buying a phone or am I buying a camera? Because sooner or later, I mean, right now the cameras are taking up they're taking up almost a third of the top of the phone. The camera is this. Ugh, my hands are still shaky because I'm thirsty and I'm still sore from riding the mini bike. It's hard to hold my finger still. Okay, so this is how tall the camera is, and this is how much space of the phone underneath it is. So it's going to get to the point of where they're going to keep making these cameras bigger and bigger, and sooner or later, it's gonna just have the whole entire top of the phone, from top side to side like this, the whole entire top of the phone is gonna be cameras. Even though they haven't added more cameras, it's always been the same 3 cameras and the LiDAR little depth sensor thingamajig. But the camera sensors keep getting bigger. It's just gonna, the whole entire back of the phone is just gonna be cameras. So I wanted to talk about another thing. Why has it been hotter than usual? And I'm not saying like it hasn't been hotter than it normally gets, because like over the summer it's been 110, 112, 116. That happens every damn summer here. I hate it, but it is what it is. The thing that's been really unusual is how long the heat has been going on for. It normally starts cooling off towards around the end of August. It hasn't started cooling off until like right now, basically, and we're in November. It's November right now, and I have to stay in the shade because it is hot. I am sweating. Why am I even wearing this? I mean, it felt okay when I left, but that was probably because I was in the shade. It's still hot. If you're in direct sunlight, it is still hot. It is still hot, damn it. Now, I think a reason, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I finally want to talk about it. I think the reason why the heat has been lasting a lot longer than usual is because apparently, like, maybe around a year ago or something, not too long ago, a huge volcano out in the middle of the ocean erupted, and it was so massive that it covered most of the globe. It covered most of the upper atmosphere in excessive amounts of moisture. So what that excessive amount of moisture is doing, because it's throughout most of the world because of that eruption from that huge volcano, there is so much extra moisture that is trapped in the atmosphere that it is acting as a greenhouse gas. Moisture is a greenhouse gas. It is trapping in the heat. And that is why, if you stand out in direct sunlight, which it's always sunny here. It's always sunny here. It's always sunny. There's never any clouds. Yet there's moisture in the atmosphere. Why isn't there any clouds down here more? But if you're in direct sunlight, it feels like summer. Like, it should not be summer. It's almost winter already. Give me a break, and it still feels like summer. But yeah, if you're in direct sunlight, it seriously feels like 100 degrees. I'm not kidding. And today we're having a high of 90, and I think tomorrow's gonna be 90 again. In November? You know, I have lived in a hellhole that is hot 9 months out of the year most of my life. I've never liked it. I've just endured it. But I just think the older I get, the more I just can't handle the heat anymore. I wish I could move to Alaska or move to Greenland or something. Just somewhere cold. Seriously, just somewhere cold. I don't care where it is. I just want to go somewhere cold that's affordable. Just something. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not picky with where I live. I'm just so sick of the heat. And because of this volcano going off not too long ago, and it's apparently contributing to this global warming effect, and apparently it may last for like another year or two. So that being said, if that's true, it's gonna be December. It's literally gonna be the middle of winter, and it's still gonna feel like summer. Apparently we're not having winter at all here, at least over here anyway. We're not getting winter this year. We're gonna have summer all year. The whole entire year is gonna be summer this year. And we might even extend into next summer too. We might just be dealing with just year-round heat now. Because at least not too long ago, you know, it would be cold by now. It'd be hoodie weather. It wouldn't be freezing, but it'd be hoodie weather. You know, I wouldn't have to sit in the shade. The only time that the weather is bearable right now is if you're in the shade. Most people still have their damn AC on, and it's November. I can't stress this enough. God, this is so annoying. Ah! But anyway, I don't want that to distract me from the beauty of this new phone. The beauty of the iPhone 15 Pro Max 512 gigabyte titanium blue. this has been a pretty great upgrade. Even though I only got this phone for one reason, but I also have so many other things with this new phone that make it worth every penny. Now, like I said, I'm gonna keep this phone for at least probably 3 years, because at this point, I mean, just in general with smartphones, they're pretty stagnant. There's not really a whole lot that's new. It's just the same damn thing every year now. So there's not really any reason to get a new phone. So I'm gonna keep this because I really don't have any complaints about my Android phone and my iPhone now. They're both pretty matured to the point of almost being flawless. So no complaints on my end. For, any complaints I do have, it's all software related. That's why I'm saying they can always just fix that in future updates. But at this point, the only way that I would get a new iPhone is if they finally get rid of the dynamic island cutout on the top, which isn't going to happen for probably at least another 3 years. I'm assuming they're not going to get rid of the dynamic island and put the camera and the Face ID and everything underneath the display. They're not going to do that until probably the iPhone 18 or iPhone 19 at least. That would be the soonest I would expect them to do that. So that would probably be whenever I get a new iPhone. Because it's not that I can't get the latest new iPhone every year, because I just trade in my old one and use it as a credit, and it almost cuts the price in half towards getting the new iPhone. So I don't really have to pay that much. But the thing is, it's like, what's the point? I don't want a new phone anymore. There's no reason to get a new phone anymore. Like, I would get a new phone at this point every 2 to 3 years, not every year. Because it's like, there's also another hassle of having to set up my new phone, get phone service on it, go through all this headache, get everything back to the way I wanted it to be on, basically just have it set up the way that it was on my last phone that I traded in. I don't want to do it anymore. So yeah, assuming I don't break this phone, like I said, I'm going to keep it for at least probably 3 years. And I'm perfectly sappy. I am perfectly sappy, happy. I am one happy camper. Just look at this video quality. Just look at it. Look at this intense focusing. I cannot stress enough how good the focusing is getting. I cannot stress. Look how smooth the transition is from zooming in. That is incredible, folks. Now, let's see how far this can zoom in. All right, we're at 5 times zoom, and now we're gonna go all the way up to 15 times. After 5 times zoom, it's digital zoom from that point onward, which is probably why it's starting to look pixelated. So yeah, I can zoom up to 15 times. That's pretty cool. So 5 times optical zoom, and then up to 15 times for digital. And it even has a little viewfinder in the top left corner of the screen, so you can see exactly what you're pointing the camera at, and it makes it more stable. They had that on Android phones when you zoomed in all the way. Now I guess the iPhone has it, because the iPhone has much higher zoom now. Look at that zoom. Oh yeah. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to test, because this video is long enough. So I'm gonna test the video stabilization walking. I tested it on the mini bike, off-road and on-road. Now I'm gonna test it walking. So right now, I'm walking. I'm gonna try jogging. Right now I'm walking. I think there's another stupid sticker in my shoe. Give me a break. Okay, I'm walking. I'm gonna jog now. And I'm not trying to keep the camera still. I'm just holding it casually because I want to see how good this stabilization is. Because this is undoubtedly the best camera I have ever seen in a smartphone. There's only maybe one other type of camera on a phone that I have seen that can match this, and that would be the Galaxy S23 Ultra camera. But I still think the iPhone 15 Pro Max, in all of its iPhone glory, has one of the best cameras ever, especially for video. That's why I've always used the iPhone as my primary camera for making videos. even though Android still makes pretty damn good video, but iPhone is unmatched for video quality, folks. That being said, that wraps it up for this stupid video. See ya, folks.